What's up? This is Brian Pfeiffer, marketingmeathead.com. Today I'm going to tell you how I was scammed out of $18,000 and give you some fair warnings of what might be to come. All right, welcome back. So I've been an affiliate marketer, a super affiliate for probably about 4 or 5 years now. I have some ups and downs in the business, and I have a lot of stories. And potentially this story can maybe save one of you guys or somebody watching this video a lot of heartache and probably a lot of money. Okay, because I am going to give you the full story here of how I was scammed out of over $18,000, about $18,000, and I think it was about 600 and some change. I'll show you exact numbers here in a second. But we have a big issue going on right now with the outside world, and it has made its way to the United States. Obviously, most of you guys know about this. I don't want to mention it on the video because it might get delisted. But we have something that could be a big concern to many businesses going forward, including mine. And it's a little bit nerve-wracking. And I want to give you the story and show you kind of how things usually progress when people stop paying their bills and they start taking advantage of situations, and then ultimately you get left holding the hot potato, which means you get screwed out of your money. Okay, so make sure you like this video and make sure you bang that notifications bell and subscribe to this channel. I drop a lot of really good content on this video, on this channel, and tell you guys the real deal. I don't hide anything. I show you everything. I show you real campaigns, everything. So hopefully you guys do enjoy this content, and make sure you share it and like it and leave me a comment below. So this particular situation was back in 2016, I believe. We were running student loan debt. Yeah, it was 2016 actually, and we were running student loan pay-per-call. Okay, and we were using a number of different pay-per-call like affiliate networks. Okay, the reason why was we were driving so much traffic. Most of the one affiliate network could only take so many calls, like the call center, so we find another call center that could take more calls. I mean, the campaign we had, our ads were just on point. Everything was converting. It was converting really well. It was the biggest campaign I still, to this day, had. I mean, we're crushing it. I think we had a month in there. We made like $100,000 profit. So, but it was consistent for a number of months. I mean, we're talking like probably like 8, 9 months. This campaign actually made us like, multiple 5-figure profits every single month for a long time. In fact, we ran it all the way until Facebook changed their terms of service, and then even a month after they changed their terms of service, we still got away with running that campaign until they finally just like shut all our accounts down and completely nuked us. But one of the guys that we were running to in particular, this was around Christmas time of 2016. We had run quite a bit of traffic to this guy's particular network. He was kind of like a middleman for a call center, and he was the one that was kind of acting like the affiliate network. And I think he was driving some calls himself, and then we were driving calls, and then he was just paying us out based on what he was getting paid. So here's what happened. Okay, so we basically this was the network. You can see the date here, back in 2014. We got into him. We had run. You can see this number down here. It's kind of hard to see. I'll try to see if I can blow it up here for you guys. But it was like roughly $54,000. Okay, this was like through his network. Okay, this is his system. I don't remember what it was called. It was like Tele something or other. You can see it's calls up here. So for the most part, we started running traffic to this guy's system, and everything was good. Okay, and we started getting paid on time. He'd pay us like weekly. We'd run more traffic. We'd pay us more weekly. So, after, 2, 3, 4 months of, running traffic and, getting steady payouts and everything being smooth and no issues, you kind of start to like trust the guy a little bit. Okay. And this is where you got to like start to think about, how far you can let somebody kind of go. Okay. And here's why I'm doing this video today, because, obviously we know that there's an issue going on in China, and that's starting to spread to other countries, and we know it's over here on some level. We don't really know if it's that serious yet. There's been one confirmed death, and then there's a number of cases that are confirmed. But I just this is something that just popped into my Skype through one of my business partners, and he says Google cancels major Las Vegas conference over coronavirus concerns. So this is serious. This is like starting to become a little bit more than just like something you hear about on the news. Okay, when Google one of the largest companies in the world, cancels a major conference that's supposed to come to Vegas, that starts taking a bite out of potentially my business in Las Vegas, okay? And if you know anything about the Vegas business, we're very seasonal out here. So we have most of our business comes in from like March, which is this month, to about October. And this stuff is starting to pop up now right before the busiest time of year for me, okay? And I've invested a ton of money this year into content and websites and SEO and AdWords, and I have a ton of business built up in my book for my business for the next 3 to 6 months already. And stuff like this is very concerning, okay? When Google starts to cancel conferences in Las Vegas, where obviously I'm based, this could start to see some ripple effects. I also saw this morning, and this was concerning as well. The NCAA is being asked to discuss holding March Madness without an audience because of this. I mean, I really don't know what to say. I mean, we know that it hasn't become like a huge pandemic or whatever they're calling it in the U.S. yet, but there are some signs that it could become that big of an issue. We did see the stock market drop like almost 10% last week. I think 10 to 12% was the Dow Jones. And usually the stock market knows what's going to go on ahead of time before the economy actually does what it's going to do, okay? And if you guys are in drop shipping, some of you guys are probably doing e-com. I'm sure you're feeling the pain with trying to get products out of China right now. They're coming off the Chinese New Year. Things are backed up. It's a mess over there right now. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now that I would consider not positive in the business world, okay? Chinese shipments not coming here is one issue. Supply chains are going to get messed up. There is the stock market took a huge hit, so a ton of people lost a lot of money last week. You saw 10% portfolio dives, and number of people's retirements accounts, and all over the world, people were losing money like it's going out of style. So that's the beginning stages of an issue. Okay, we'll see what happens this week. Maybe it'll come back, recover a little bit. I'm assuming that it probably will. When it dumps like that big, there's usually a bounce. We may be in the beginning of a downturn, but there's usually a bounce on a huge dump like that. But seeing stuff like this, Google canceling their Las Vegas conference is very concerning. Now, I haven't seen directly or heard directly from people like, oh, I'm not coming to Vegas because of this. I haven't heard that yet, okay? But if this thing happens to get to the point where, say somebody goes onto an airplane and all of a sudden now 7 or 8 or 10 people on that airplane get sick, okay? If something like that happens, it's going to scare the heck out of people, and they're not going to want to fly, which means they're not going to come to Las Vegas, they're not going to go on their trips, and that's going to affect my business to the point of probably really hamper the amount of money that I'm going to be able to make this busy season. So it's very concerning, okay? And the reason why I wanted to talk about this on this week and about this particular, this instance where I got ripped off was what you're going to see is you're going to see situations like what I'm going to show you in this video arise now, okay? You're going to start to see a lot of people lost a lot of money. So there's going to be issues in their supply chain. You're going to start seeing issues in their cash flow, and they're going to start finding ways to basically string you along and not be able to pay you, okay? And at some point, they're just going to stiff you completely, all right? And you need to start looking. I'm going to show you guys everything that happened to me in this particular case, and you need to be on the outlook for stuff like this happening to you before you get in a situation where you end up getting ripped off, okay? I fortunately have enough sacked away in the bank for the next probably, I could ride out an international crisis for probably at least another 6 to 12 months, no problem, okay, and still get all my bills paid, still run my company, and I'm still okay. Probably even longer. I could probably get about at least 12 months. I'd say I have enough money in the bank to get through that much time. So I'm not that concerned about it. Yeah, I'm going to be upset about all this momentum I have going into the busy season, and if this thing really takes a hold on the U.S., it could affect my my revenue tremendously. But I'm hoping not. I'm hoping we can kind of get by this thing like a flu, and once it gets warmer out here, it starts getting to the 80s and 90s, which is only a few weeks away. Out here, the flu is going to kind of disappear like it does every year, and then we're off to the races for the busy season. So let's not hit the panic button yet, but let's have it in the back of your head that if these things like the stock market crashing and travel disruption and things that are starting to, major conferences getting canceled, these are the kind of things that are going to start to disrupt cash flow in smaller businesses. And when it starts to disrupt cash flow in smaller businesses, people tend to, rip people off because they don't have the money to pay their bills. Okay, and this is what happened to me. This happened in 2016, so I don't really actually know what was the cause of this clown that ripped me off. What the deal was with him, but I do know that I started seeing signs around this time. Okay, this guy's name was Andrew Burwell. Okay, and I've tried to actually sue him, and I've got a lawyer working on this, and I still we're talking 4 years later now. I still don't have any money out of this guy. I even went as far as to I sent over one of my buddies. He's a UFC fighter, big black dude with a mohawk, and I sent him over to this guy's house and had him knock on his door to kind of scare him a little bit, and he still didn't pay me. So I tried a lot of different tactics here, and it didn't end up working. But basically here, I got all the Skype conversations because I had to send this all to my lawyer, and basically he's like all hunky dory, talking to me like everything's good. And this was right around Christmas when I realized he started missing his payments. Okay, and I'm going to give you all the Skype conversations here. I'm not going to read everything, but you can kind of see, he's hitting me back. How we looking for the wire? I'm asking about it. It's $3K. Cool. Yeah, it should be fired out next. Yeah, hopefully some more volume we can handle it. He's giving me the runaround. Okay, I could tell there was some issues going on here. Like, I'm waiting on the wire. It's not coming as quick as it normally does. Like, something's a little fishy. It's something. I knew something was up. This was right around Christmas of 2016, okay? And, here's the next conversation. He's basically like, I'm trying to get you that 300-day Catman. Like, I'm trying to get you to spend more money with me. Hey, man, did you get today's wire? No, I didn't see it. How much was it? Hey, did you get today's wire? But I didn't see it. No, I never did get the wire. Okay, and then yes, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, there it is. I gave you 35,800 paid with the 3K. Okay, so boom, he's still paying me. Okay, this is up till about January 3rd now, but he's behind. Okay, I think we were at like around $55,000, and he's got me paid like 35.8. So I'm kind of feeling like the guy's not trying to rip me off here. Maybe he's just maybe his advertiser's just not paying him on time or whatever. So I give the guy the benefit of the doubt up to this point. Okay, now this is where things start getting a little bit hairy here. Sorry about that. The phone's ringing in the background here. But yeah, man, I don't understand. Blah blah blah. Totally understand. Neutral then between the SL funds coming and the student loans coming. Blah blah blah. And he said, yeah, we turned it up a bit. You received the 3K wires, expecting 8 this week. And 8 next week. Getting you the other tomorrow, man. Just waiting on my wires too. He's giving me the runaround. Okay, this is now January 9th. Okay, so now we're almost approaching 2 weeks here when I started seeing the signs of some issues. Okay, trust me, Bo. I want nothing more than that. This guy's just giving me the BS. He's starting to fill me up. Okay, so let's go to January 10th here. 2 weeks have gone by, and let's see. This was actually January 6th. Okay, I put him out of place here a little bit, but. Did you get to the bank today? And then all of a sudden, he's not replying back, okay? So I'm missing some replies here. He's kind of being a little sketchy. Here he's coming back January 11th, January 13th. I'm hit him up. Where's my wire? I didn't see the wire. Did you send? Oh, sorry for the late reply, man. I was in New York. Hey, bro, my partner just landed over here. I'll ask him, what's up? Okay, so now he's starting to blame his partner, okay? Now it's not him. Now it's his partner, okay? These are signs, guys. This is the stuff you're going to start to see. When the economy starts taking a downturn, okay, you're gonna start to see he's blaming his partner now. Like, I don't know his partner. I'm not dealing with his partner. I'm dealing with him. Okay, why am I dealing with his partner now? Okay, so this is an issue. And now I'm starting to realize, hey man, this guy's gonna rip me off. Okay, here's one from January 10th. Okay, yeah, he's saying blah blah blah. We, just basically stringing me along. Okay, and there's no money coming this whole time. This guy's not paying me. Okay, and so I'm like, all right, dude, whatever. I know what's happening here. I'm getting ripped off. Let's go out here to here's some February 1st ones. Okay, and here's blah, blah, blah. you know, this is now we're talking about like almost a month since he paid me anything. Okay, and now he's into me for like 18,000, and basically I'm telling him, listen, bro, yeah, like here's the plan. You know, why don't we work something out? You can, you know, pay me like on credit card. I can take credit card. I can figure out a way. You know, I'll take care of you guys. I have every intention of doing so, man. Blah, blah, blah. Appreciate you guys. Yeah. Okay, dude, whatever. I'm sure you appreciate me after you stiffed me for $18,000. Really appreciate that. You know, and then, you know, he's just stringing us along. He wasn't going to pay us. Okay. Once we realized he wasn't going to pay us, you know, then I had to get a lawyer involved. I actually have an invoice here from one of my lawyers. You know, I invested just with the one lawyer. I spent $880. He did some documents and everything for me, and demand letter and all this crap. Didn't work. You know, this was the total that he actually owed me. There's the invoice, $18,617.70. And you know, of course, now we're, you know, going to 4 years later, and I still don't have that money. So you know, that's what happens. Okay, that's what happens when, you know, things start to go a little bit south. Okay, people. They're going to find ways to string you along. Okay, they're going to start making excuses, like this guy was talking about his partner, and I'm like, when did this partner come into play? I don't even know you had a partner. Okay, and now his partner is the issue. Okay, and then, oh yeah, I have every intention of paying you guys, and you know, here we are. Okay, 4 years later, still don't have money. Okay, you know, I threatened the guy with a, you know, showed up with a UFC fighter at his door. You know, I got lawyers involved. I still have a lawyer case right now. These guys. Apparently they do like, you know, they chase people that have this bilateral credit. So I gave them the case, and they work strictly on a contingency. I didn't have to pay them any money up front, but, you know, if they are able to collect this $18,617, then they would get a pretty substantial chunk of it. And I said, listen, at this point, you know, I don't want to pay any more money, but if you guys can collect this money and you want to take a big chunk of it, I don't care, go for it. So apparently this goes on his credit report too. So, you know, we'll see. I mean, you can see here the age. This is back in 2017 here, and that was at 154 days. And, you know, now we're in 2020, so, you know, how long has it been? And they still haven't collected a dang thing from this loser. So, you know, it is what it is, okay? I just wanted to, you know, give everybody out there that's, you know, possibly running any kind of traffic. Like, I know there's a lot of Shopify and affiliate marketers on this channel, and maybe even some Amazon guys watching this right now. And I just wanted to show you guys what starts to happen when things start to go bad, okay? And what starts to happen is they start stringing you along, okay? The second they miss any kind of payment, or they're late on a payment, whether it be an affiliate network, whether it be a, you know, whether you're dealing straight with an advertiser, you know, whether you're getting payments from, you know, some kind of e-commerce deal, and the second, like, things start to go awry, stop all traffic. Okay, do not run any more traffic. The day the traffic stops is the day they're going to get like, oh my God, we don't want to lose this traffic, so we'll have to pay them. Okay, my mistake looking back. Okay, when I realized around Christmas time that he was falling behind on his payments, that's when I should have shut down the traffic completely. Okay, looking back, that's where I made the mistake, which would have probably saved me. I probably would have been into the hole about like $4 or $5 grand at that point, and $4 or $5 grand is a lot different than $18,000. $18,000 I can go out and buy a car. $4 or $5 grand I could make that in a day. So, you know, there's a big difference there. So my biggest error was not stopping traffic when I realized there was a first sign of a problem. So looking back, that's where I made the error. So the lesson to be learned here is the second you have an issue with a payment, the second you start to see a sign that there's something's not quite right, the second there's a kind of an excuse that comes from behind the scenes, like this partner issue, that's when you need to stop traffic immediately and wait till you get your payment before you start it up again. Okay, as much as you want to keep running a profitable campaign, I know how it is. I've run a lot of profitable campaigns, and I know what it's like when you're making, you know, $500, $1,000, $2,000 a day in profit, and you want to keep running. You don't want to halt that traffic. But what ultimately is going to happen, if they don't pay you, you're actually losing money. You're losing a lot of money. Every dollar you're spending, you're losing at that point, okay? So make sure you stop your traffic when you have some issues, okay? It's not a fun thing to go through. You know, I wasted another $1,000 on lawyer fees on top of this. So, you know, the guy got me for $20K, okay? It's a big chunk of change. Nobody likes to lose $20K, but I did. I just showed you everything, and that's the way it goes. So hopefully you guys got something out of today's video. This is definitely a very valuable video when it comes to, you know, potentially what's going to be going on here in the near future with a potential, you know, break out in the the U.S. if that does happen. Let's pray that it doesn't. But this is something you guys can take to the bank, this lesson. Make sure you leave me a comment below if you like the story. And if you like this video, make sure you like the video. I'm the Marketing Meathead. We'll talk to you later. Thank you.